All right, we're here.
We are back for the finals, and I am so excited to get to watch this. It is going to be Set versus Yi. I'm not sure if we have which type of Yi it is. Is there any chance you could bring that up on your phone?
Luna's not playing Aurora.
Okay, not playing Aurora. Uh, so this is going to be a really interesting one. We do see that Vile Maw coming in from Luna, and a Dreaming Tree start from Collin. So this time it is Set with that Kingpin, chosen champion, and Yi obviously with Master Yi. I don't even know what his undername is because I don't even know if there's a second Yi. There probably is.
There
But
is a second one. He's green.
just no one uses them.
It's because he's mediocre.
Because he's mediocre. Yeah, I can see that. And also just a worse art.
Yeah. He's a little sad.
He's a little sad.
You know, a little more going on. A lot better words. Entering ready, which
Two
is
of my favorite words.
essentially what you're already doing with all the accelerate cards anyway.
Yeah, that is true. But let's see who's going for a second. I think we are seeing our mulligan here, so I'll just mention it again for those who are new or who are tuning in. Not Runebound. Riftbound has a really interesting mulligan. You draw 4 cards in your starting hand, and you decide to mulligan 2. Those 2 go to the bottom of your deck, and you draw the next 2 cards in your deck, and then you begin. So even if you were to say to draw into dead cards, they're going to be cards you see either way. The only thing is you're never going to see those 2 cards on the bottom of your deck again.
Yeah, I believe that Collin would get the choice given that he was first seed.
Makes sense then. I do think he gets first choice, and I will not be surprised if he chooses to go first.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, it looks like I'm thinking Cytheria. I swear I saw a Call of Glory, but I just want to say I think Cytheria is such a strong 2-drop, and it is also probably the best 2-drop for him to play.
It's a really good start, right? Because it just is better every other turn when it's already down.
Yeah. And the other 2-drop option basically is going to be, I mean, you have Pit Rookie, and then I think you have, he has a Poro as well, the yellow Poro, I believe.
Yes.
But the thing is Cytheria will rebuff herself every single time you play another unit, I believe it is. And so the thing is that from here on out, it's going to start getting buffed, and that's just so nice. And we can really start capitalizing on that since this is a set deck.
Yes. Now, starting out with Dreaming Tree, which has been pretty common for Collin all weekend.
Okay.
Vile Maw's Lair, I think, is probably the location that does the least. And we know from Luna's side that we are on the draw, right?
Yeah.
Because we're a lower seed. So you're basically saying, okay, this is an on-the-draw game that we know about. We're going to play a location that is less useful later into a spot where we are already a little bit behind because we're on the draw.
Yeah.
Or going second, I suppose, in this game, since you always draw on turn 1 anyway. Because really, I don't think that there's that much moving in and out of the base in this matchup anyway. A little bit, but not a ton.
Yeah, I don't think it's too much. And I also just think Yi, looking at battlefields, oftentimes it's very nice to characterize them. This is the one that I'm going to play on my first game, one that I'm go first, and one I'm going to play when I'm going second. I know there's some that have been choosing to use Vile Maw because against some of its worst matchups, Vile Maw doesn't do anything for those deck, at least is net neutral for a lot of its matchups.
Yes.
So in this case, I'm not really sure how exactly Set deals with it, but going second or first is not the worst thing here for the Vile Maw, but we did see that turn 2 Kingpin Set come down from Collin's side, and it is not buffed, even though Cytheria is.
True, but it still has tank, which makes it quite large.
Yeah, and it is a 6 since it's a friendly unit at the battlefield,
Correct,
is it?
yep.
My only thought with that is because the Water Wielder, Wielder of Water is 4 attacking because of his ability. And so he's a 6 here as Yi, and this Charm Over is going to be one of those rare opportunities we get to kill the Set before he actually becomes too big to kill. We do see that Call of Glory to try to stop that, but we are going to defy the Call of Glory as well. Yeah, Call of Glory is so strong, especially in Set, because you can actually use a buff as a cost, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. So it gets moved over, and now that we are the defender instead of the attacker, we're getting quite a bit more buff this particular turn, enough to deal with the set when it's alone
Mm-hmm.
and has no buff himself. So it is essentially just -2 when normally we'd been seeing it with a buff on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, I think dealing with it early like Luna did is the best play before it can get buffed, before we can start using that set ability to keep it from actually going to the trash.
A really good way there of leveraging the Defy, knowing that the only card that they can really cast is a single Call to Glory.
Mm-hmm.
There's just nothing else for what they had with one buff that they
Yeah.
can really deal with. So that lineup makes sure that you're able to kill that set without much effort in that spot, which is really nice.
Yeah, I think that was a great use of it. We do see a Fiora come down. Also to Dreaming Tree. I think it's really interesting that Collin's deciding just to stack one battlefield.
It's the only one that says draw a card on it. So
I guess it's not the worst. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But we will have to watch out to see if there's any buff for this Fiora, because when you get it to 5 might, it becomes mighty. And then he has deflect. It has ganking, which means it can hop over to that water wielder, and shield as well.
if we have another call in hand, I'm not sure if we do. If we do, that's a way that we can consume the buff, make it mighty this turn,
Mhm.
draw an extra card, and then make sure that it's able to kind of survive most interactions. You know, knowing Yi is only really effective on the defense and not the offense,
Mhm.
they really have to make sure to be aware that there are buffs that can happen, but it's more limited trying to kind of rumble in.
Yeah, it's a good point. Wow. So we're going to go in just to take out the Fiora, it looks like, with that Stalwart Poro, so that it can't get too big for too long. We used a discipline, we got that 2 draw, and we're actually going to spend that last 3 instead of developing our base to use a Find Your Discipline to develop our runes in our hand.
It's kind of interesting because we're not really that far ahead here either, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Collin went first, we're up realistically on points.
Yeah.
Because we've both basically been holding a single location.
Yeah, it's a good point. We're not too far up, but I do think that we haven't seen Collin this much on a back foot with his, like, at least like his champion, like chosen champion. That being said, during my interview with Collin, he did mention what he didn't want to run into was Yi. He specifically mentioned Aurora Yi, but I do think, you know, there is some similarities between different Yis.
Yeah, what's nice about the Aurora Yi, I think, is that it's not that different than just kind of a traditional Yi. You're just kind of not really running the Wheels of Water because they're just a little bit of a bad hit from Yi.
Or Kiana's.
Or Kiana, but a lot of the other stuff is still there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your payoffs towards the end, the defies, the find your center. A lot of that's still kind of there. So it's more what stage of the game are you more concerned about? And I think usually with the set Kingpin, he's kind of okay in the mid game, but just the fact that he did, you know, play it directly into the battlefield and then lost it,
Yeah.
ends up feeling really bad in this spot. And I think that's where he's fallen so far, or what feels like so far behind here.
Yeah, that's a good point. And we are going to see that Luna's going to actually prioritize drawing a bit more. We see a Clockwork Keeper, and they're going to recycle one of the Calm runes to also draw another. And we see 2 Zonias come into play, which is kind of crazy. We don't have too many units being developed compared to the 3 from Collin's last turn. But Zonias is essentially, right, just those same units again, to some extent.
It's okay. Set's been able to do this the whole time. Not worried.
Yeah.
You know, not too worried.
Very good point.
But this does make this Wielder of Water, like, literally unkillable.
It feels like it.
So, realistically, it's probably just planning on sitting in this lair, which is good because it can't really go anywhere else. For the rest of the game is kind of the plan.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to have a problem doing that. And Wielder of Water, I kept saying that I felt like Stalwart Poro was a little mini boss once he got in the battlefield. He's 5. But Wielder of Water is a 6. I mean, he does cost 1 more, but he too is a little mini boss. It looks like we are going to do a Kiana 5 versus the 2. So it would be able to kill the Wielder of Water. There is 2 runes that Luna still can use. But I think the max is going up to is probably a 4, am I incorrect?
Yeah.
So it looks like actually she's just going to pop Azonias with its death. Obviously, you don't really get a choice, but
Yeah.
it is going to get popped.
Which does let us sort of sneak in to gain an extra point there,
Mm-hmm.
which, given that we are at 4 going into 5, I feel like is worth just trading a challenge for Azonias here.
Okay.
And again, Yi is a little worse on the offense than the defense. And by a little worse, I mean dramatically worse, especially for Wielder of Water, right?
Yeah.
Another set coming in. Again, still not buffed. If we can buff it, I think we probably would want to. We are putting likely Hidden Blade or something else hidden, but I don't even know if he's really running much else.
Mm-hmm.
So we sort of suit it all up here. So we do have this to put the buff. That's great. Honestly, I feel like we're on the play of just we're protecting the king a little bit.
Playing Protect the King. We are going to be going to 9 runes here for Luna, though. So that is Dead Bloom. That is Yi plus, well, it's kind of Dead Bloom plus Trick. Yi plus 1 to 2 tricks. There's a lot of options we could see come into play here, and I'm interested to see what they decide to do. I do think I see a Charm in hand. And a couple other pieces as well. But once set is buffed, he's a 7 even by himself.
Yeah. Right now, in the Dreaming Tree, sitting at a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Counting the 2 others plus himself. Deadbloom can't quite deal with that. It doesn't really look like there's a whole lot in hand to interact with this. There's only 3 cards for Luna here, and none of them looked like units.
My thought is like maybe we have Yi from the Chosen, or maybe the Water takes the Vile Maw. You charm over the big guy. You're an 8 to a 7. You still have 1 more rune up technically,
I suppose.
But it's so much they have to do.
You could put Yi directly into Vile Maw.
Yeah. It looks like that's what we're gonna.
Also, we do have
we're
a
going Dead Bloom. We're going Dead Bloom.
Dead Bloom. Okay.
And the 1 is being spent here to do what? To play on guard. So it's a 10 here. That is enough to kill the set 1 time, but it can be saved. And obviously, Dead Bloom does die.
Pulls the set back. Zanya's the Dead Bloom. Okay. So everything recalls except for the other 3 units that are still over there.
Did we get the
Clockwork can come in to try and take out something.
Pit Rookie is the only thing. Oh, I guess Cytherea does take out
Cytherea, which is nice because it does remove a buff as well. And I think it's fair. It's not like the Clockwork is really getting any better.
Yeah. And it's a reoccurring buff compared to the Pit Rookie.
It is, yes, which I think is problematic given that, I don't know how many calls are left still, but making the buffs a little more challenging is still fine.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there we have the Monk come down, which means Set is once again going to be buffed. Ouch. This is going to be a tough spot for Luna.
Monk, very, very powerful.
Yeah, that buff 2 friendly units. I mean, Pit Rookie's already pretty good. This is just double that.
Yeah, I think I still like Pit Rookie as a unit more, only because missing your turn 1 2-drop is such a disaster in a lot of games, like all of them.
Oh, yeah, you can't replace Pit Rookie with Monk at all, for
really good supplemental. And we know that this deck plays pretty low rune count, so just like, here's your 4-drop, puts a bunch of buffs on, and now we can just work with what we already have and not worry too much about it. And it's sizable on its own. Being a 4-might just base is still pretty good.
Yeah, it's really nice. If I remember correctly from the deck tech yesterday, he doesn't really run anything larger than 4 or 5, other than Lee Sin, which is a 6 in his main deck. Yep. I think he might have a couple bigger ones in his side deck, but main deck, Lee Sin's the biggest thing he has at a 6.
Yes, the side deck I know has a couple of the Brawler.
2 of them, yeah, if I'm right.
Which may be coming in this matchup. Now, I know that the ability to combine, like, multiple buffs, you just keep eating them.
Yeah, actually.
With, like, the arena bar and stuff, in combination with just then Showstopper,
you
can really punch through some of these huge walls that the body decks, the body and the calm decks can put up.
Yeah. And he generates his own
And he
as
makes his
well. When
own.
you play him or conquer him, he generates another.
Yeah.
So sometimes, I mean, obviously probably make that often, but I could see like eating 4 buffs in a turn, I don't think would be that insane to think.
Yeah, and still adding up to one that's still buffed at the end.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it does look like we drew off of Clockwork Keeper. I just don't know what we do here. This is so sad.
The Hidden Blade makes this really tricky
Yeah, agreed.
because we effectively have 2 turns to figure out a plan to deal with that, because we are behind in the race, which is just hold. So we're, from the Yi perspective, we have to come up with a plan for what we're doing, not necessarily this turn, but between this turn and next turn.
Yeah, there is. So White Flame Protector is a pretty common card in
It
Yi.
is.
If we can get rid of the Hidden Blade, because obviously Hidden Blade literally can kill anything, White Flame Protector could make this Dead Bloom a 16, and the set's only a 9. So I'm not
True.
saying that's the only answer, but I think White Flame could be a part of the larger equation.
Double Charm in hand might be enough to help move a little bit of this out of here.
Yeah.
Because we're basically setting up the bait of the 1 charm, deal with Kiana. If they do something about it, we can actually just, let's say that they save it with set here, then we move the Kingpin over.
Oh yeah,
and then just deal with the Kingpin directly.
Exactly. I think that'd be a great way to deal with it. He's debating it. He picked up the buff for a moment. He is going to Call of Glory though instead from the Pit Rookie. This Kiana is now an 8 versus a 6, but we have 6 runes. We have a way to do. Not saying we have a way, but we have the runes to pay for something to deal with this if we have it.
A little awkward here if this Kiana actually is able to win this this showdown.
Then he just wins.
Then he just wins on the hold. So
this would be tragic.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Dead Bloom's gonna have to go up, but the might stays, does it not? And now you have to take both sides.
It does.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, it's an 8 versus an 8, but yeah, I mean, you can hold to 8, and so that would. I'm saying 8 too many times right now.
If we had more runes, but yeah, Luna scooping it up here. I think it was a reasonable way to try and attack that.
Mm-hmm.
If we're able to do the double charm and then use the Dead Bloom to try and get in there, like there might have been a spot where we could have, I don't know, maybe found another Defy, use that to deal with the Hidden Blade, and then like spread out the combats enough that the Dead Bloom plus the Yi are enough.
Yeah.
We may just not have had enough time. Because if you wait another turn, they may buff enough that they, let's imagine Showstopper. You just Showstopper to the other battlefield, and then maybe it's over too.
It's definitely rough, and now Collin's going to be able to side in pieces of his deck that he might have specifically put in for Yi. I think that is what Set Brawler is for, potentially.
Probably.
Maybe not this Yi, but a Yi. And it looks like Luna is going to be side decking out some pieces as well. She's going through her deck and hopefully going to set it up to be able to win the next match.
I would imagine we'll see things like Windwall,
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what they are actually running in their sideboard.
Okay.
There's certainly some cards that are not at their best, depending on if you're on the play or the draw, too. We know that we can go on the play here, so that is going to dictate a little bit. I know that there's Sabotage, which can be very good in these as well, because you can sort of preemptively deal with some of the bigger spells out of set. I mean, if you take a Showstopper, like, that's just a huge game.
Yeah, that's a good point. I did see the choice of God Willow here. It looks like we took out the Wither of Water. We don't have Aeons in, and we don't have the Unyielding Spear, which makes a lot of sense, obviously.
That does make sense, honestly.
It makes sense in this case. But I don't know if those were which of those were in the deck prior. I know obviously Wood of Water was, but wonder what they decided to put in. So he is putting that set upside down. It may very well be Brawler that's going to be his chosen champion this game.
It could be.
Let's see here.
I'm gonna look.
What's up?
I'm just bringing up the deck list.
Ah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Just so we have a rough idea. Don't necessarily need to give all the goose away. So there's an extra white flame in the board. So there were 2 in the main, so that definitely would have worked. Rune Prison's probably a card that could
I think it's a good one.
could see some play here. Unyielding Spirit, certainly not for this matchup.
Yeah, I'm not for this one.
We definitely saw the Sabotage.
Okay.
An interesting list. Very focused on just kind of getting into a battlefield and sitting there.
Which I think is a good game plan in this setting.
I do think it's a good plan as well. Leveraging Kiana and like the Dead Bloom White Flame Tasty Fey folk.
Yeah.
And then just some of the more powerful and inexpensive spells in the game for these colors.
Yeah, in this case, Luna did choose that they thought Dead Bloom is they're going to be their 8 cost. 8 cost is the correct one? Yeah, 8 cost. It is 3 Dead Bloom versus 2 White Flame, but maybe that's changed after the side deck.
It could be.
Because let's see here. So we are going to be choosing Godwillow, like I mentioned. Godwillow is a really nice going first deck for Yi. Yi loves holding, regardless. He loves being able to use his defensive +2. And so if he can get into Godwillow, he can start drawing, and that draw is so important to get an advantage here. Collin is playing his buff Monastery of Hirvana, which does only let you draw if you have a buff to spend. Do they have Pit Rookie? That's what I was about to check. They do have 3 Pit Rookies in Luna's deck as well.
A little bit
so
of buff.
We could get 3 draws.
Could take advantage of it a little bit.
We could get 3.
Not a 0 amount, which is certainly good enough.
Very different than some decks. It does look like we have our 2 in Luna's hand. I saw a Poro. I saw at least 1 Zonia's. I think I saw a Display, but I'm not sure on that one. And then I cannot spot Collin.
So notably, we are running the
Brawler.
So we are running Brawler this time. Not actually a lot of cards on the sideboard for this matchup. Now, it is possible that Collin brings Sabotage in, not necessarily knowing that there's Aurora in here or not. I don't know if they've seen each other's deck lists.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they've seen them. That's a good point. Yeah, I think
it's possible to bring in Sabotage. It's not a disaster if you do, because it can just draw a card. It's not the worst card ever. It's not great, but it's not the worst card ever. The 1 Sabotage is probably fine, and the 2 sets, the main deck is probably fine here most of the time.
Yeah, that Cytheria is going to be really nice. I do think I saw a Primal as well in his end. In their end. Let's see. Cytheria is just so nice, getting that buff every turn. You can use it for Hirvana. You can use it for Call of Glory.
Unkillable Poro here in the most obnoxious battlefield possible for the Unkillable Poro to be in.
Yep, and immediately a hold. That's going to be our first draw off of Godwillow, and we're just going to be able to capitalize on that every single turn now. In some matchups, that would be a huge swing. I don't know how much it is with the set, but I know in some matchups, starting to get those draws can sometimes win you the entire game.
It can be tough to get him out of there, too. I mean,
he's a mini boss.
Given that Luna is on the play here, if we just pick one of these battlefields and hold it forever, they're going to be favored.
Yeah, I do think Collin can't do that same game plan as last game where he just grabbed a battlefield and held it because, as you said, Luna will end up winning if that is what we do.
Yeah, but we have a new plan because we have the different champion unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because we have the set Brawler, it is a little bit bigger, has a bit better built-in protection because you can guarantee that it always has a buff.
Yep.
Basically to start, and I think he's just going to run it right out.
Yeah, at first I was like, oh man, set Brawler, you can't even play it on turn 2, but guess what? When you're going second, you have 5 runes on turn 2.
True.
Okay, so we're able to hold again. We get another card. We decide to use find your center. We're just not hitting units, it feels like.
But we have the Poro. Maybe it doesn't matter.
Maybe it doesn't
You know,
matter.
we're already doing the thing where we gain a point and draw
Draw
a card every turn. For right now, that's fine. I mean,
Wait.
the deck list plays pretty high cost overall. So, I mean, we are in the market now. Tasty Faithful could come down. We could play Yi if we really wanted. We have some options.
Yeah, for sure. Man, we're drawing so many cards off this God Willow. We're gonna spend another 3, but for what do we have? Wielder of Water? 7. That might be Yi. Or an Accelerated Faithfolk.
Looks like we're going to go with Yi.
Yep, it is Yi, and we can take that. Harana from Cithria, more than likely. She is a 1. There's no buff on her, and he just lets her go to the discard pile.
I think it's nice because you're getting rid of the reoccurable buff, which they can keep kind of getting card draw.
Yeah, 100%.
Which, you know, you kind of want to slow down a little bit if you can.
Not only the card draw, but the other thing is like if at some point this set came into a battle, Call to Glory can be any buff, so he could still make the set bigger with a Call of Glory without popping the buff off of set that would then put him at risk of being knocked out.
Yeah. Does look like the other set is in hand as well.
Ooh. And at least 2 Call to Glories at that.
Okay,
I see
8.
Showstopper.
Could take out the Poro here.
We have a pretty nice hand, it feels like, looking at this. It's like 2 Call to Glories, an Arena Bar, a Showstopper. I think that's a Cithria, and the other set, Kingpin.
All right, so it does take it out. So slows down the card draw a little bit. Gets the buff back, which is, again, very powerful and why the Brawler can be so good. Basically always rumbling in at least 8, as long as you're a little conservative with your buff.
Ooh, and
Cithria and the
Kingpin.
set. That's a pretty hefty battlefield.
That is not good for Luna, I feel like. We definitely need to take back that God Willow. We don't want them to be drawing off of it, but we do currently have 7 runes?
We have 7.
What else did we spend a rune on last turn?
Shouldn't we be 1 higher, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, unless we spent one that I missed.
Oh, we did. We hid a card.
We hit a card. Yeah, we spent one. My bad.
We did spend 1. So we spent 2 last turn. That's why we're in the same spot.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I was like, yeah. It's probably Zonia's is my guess. But
Charm seems very strong against set. Typically wanting to just like suit up a location and sit there, and this makes it very hard. We may be able to get a little bit of buff on this set. He might just let it go. He was considering using Call while still at the location, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like that. I also saw. Oh, you meant. Seems like he's thinking about something using his hand. He definitely had 2 Call to Glories. He could use Cithria's buff for that.
But I don't know if you really even want to do that, because then if they have discipline, you just get blown out even worse than you're already getting blown out here.
Yeah, the only problem is, what if we have another Charm? I'm not sure we do, but yeah, I definitely think Charm is really good at pulling some of these big guys over and making them, making yourself be the defender as Yi.
1 more Charm isn't so bad. It's not great, because Yi has ganking, so
yeah, we can still hop over.
You move it over and then move again. Like, that can be pretty rough. The only unit that it's really going to be able to kill is the Cynthia. You can protect the set, almost certainly. But it does not seem like that is going to be the case. He does have a buff, opting to just stay for the hold.
Let's see, and we pass, which gives them the draw off the God Willow. Set is up to 7 runes here. And we have 1 up, which could be an on guard. Or Defy.
Could be an on guard. It could be Defy. It could be both.
Yeah.
You know, whichever one is more relevant at the time. The Yi is already kind of enormous on its own.
Yeah, it is with the buff as well, it's a 9 right now.
Yeah.
Luna is great for the camera. they're showing their hand the whole time. I'm very happy to see their hand.
Luna, a very experienced player, generally Magic, I believe, but also a local.
For some reason, I thought they were Hearthstone.
Things can be two things.
Yeah, they could be two things, but I thought I saw it on her Twitter last
All right,
night.
so Set moved back, ate the buff, and now Showstopper coming in. Now Luna debating what we want to do with this. If there's a second Showstopper, we just lose Yi if we counter here. But we may lose Yi if we don't counter, so it's kind of a tough spot.
Ooh, 3. What is 3? First mate?
It could be
it's
first
arena
mate.
bar?
Could be first mate. Could be arena bar into first mate to make it a 12 and then get it in there. That would work.
It would work.
That would lose to, I don't know what we hid. It's Zanya's, presumably, right?
I assume it's Zonya's, yeah. I actually don't think they have first mate in their list. Oh, they do. They do. I checked. It's open in between us on the table.
Yeah, I'm assuming something to ready this to be able to continue rumbling in here, and possibly something to give another buff. Couple of ways to do all those things. Given that we are untapping it first, it's probably not arena bar. Some of those may have come out.
Yeah, I thought they had one in hand, though, is why I mentioned it. But I could have missing it. It was like the top corner. So we ready the set. We are going to rebuff it with Pit Rookie.
Okay.
Pop the buff, so it is currently a 12, I believe, into the 9. We are popping Zanya's.
Yep.
And that means he's going to retreat or be recalled back to the base.
Yeah, so, I mean, we take it. That works. We get our buff back. So this is what's nice about the Brawler is you get in, you brawl, of course, and then you're still okay to do stuff later.
Yeah, and that, I mean, the fact that it generates its own buff at play and at Conquer, kind of crazy.
And we can choose to remove a buff from, I believe, any location to draw the card if we want. So we can stack it in such a way that we get our buff on Set, and we just remove it from Synthria, send it back, easy.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to have the buff anyway. We play plenty of things.
Honestly, I definitely agree. Freeing up Godwill though for Yi is an interesting choice to me, but maybe we just don't care about it anymore.
We have a lot of units in play.
And cards.
And now we have a lot of cards. Maybe we don't need the card, and we're not winning that combat anyway.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. Maybe we just want to keep a wide board.
Yeah, Yi does get to keep the buff. Zanya's, all it does is replace the death effect. So it does get to live. And keep whatever was on it. Even if that is the temporary that you give it sometimes from temporal, that works too.
Yeah, even temporary disappears.
Stays.
Is kept, yeah. There
Temporary
you go,
every turn forever. Okay, so decides to do this. I'm thinking we just move it back and we're okay with that. It's yours now.
Yeah.
So does put us a lot farther behind in points. They can go into the Godwillow and then deciding to draw the card here.
I like it.
Love it.
Do I actually like it?
You love it.
I don't care. I'm happy about it, though. I like the draw. I like what we drew.
Do we need the card? Maybe, maybe not.
That
we have a lot of
maybe.
cards, but I don't hate getting the draw in when we can, because there's not really that many turns left of the game. There could be as little as 1. And
potentially.
We got another Zanya's here. The rest of our hand is kind of mediocre. It's just like a bunch of on guards. Or are those a bunch of
So they decide to recycle for the Zonias.
It could be a bunch of disciplines. It looks like a bunch of just like green buffs, and then
it's on guards and disciplines.
It's on guards and disciplines, and then like a find your center.
I think so, actually. So I don't really know how floating would work after you pass. I don't know if they floated their energy or not, but they did decide to recycle one to the Zonias.
Your energy pool clears twice a turn. It clears once after your draw step, I believe, and then once at the end of turn.
Okay, so that it should be cleared now. And we're going into Collin's turn, but we have 7 runes up on Luna's side. We definitely have to account for that. Trying to take these battlefields back, which at this moment maybe we're saying, did I really need to back out of both of them? Well, not both of them, but the one of it.
We'll just assume that whatever's in hand is plus like 12 or something.
I mean, Primal is +7.
But Primal is individually just way bigger than that. But we only have 3.
Yeah, we're using 3. So we have 3 left after Monk. So now we can't use Primal. There's an option for we've already used 1 Glory, or was that last game?
We definitely have at least 2 in hand still because we've used none of them. So we are coming in currently for 8 against.
Was it 8?
Also 8.
Yeah. Okay, 8 versus. Oh, sorry, 8. We bring that discipline up, so we are now at 10, and we get to draw 1 as the.
But I think we're actually weirdly okay if we lose combat if it's just a trade, because we have a bunch of things and they have just Yi and nothing.
Yeah, Call to Glory now up to 11.
Just casting it here to keep the buffs.
Another discipline to do the second Call to Glory. So we are currently at 12.
Chain's getting big.
He is currently at 14. I think these chains are resolving in between because I thought I saw her draw, but maybe I'm wrong on that. So we go up to 14. He's at 15. I think we have on guard, which makes us more. So
they're writing it down just so that we know.
Yeah, I appreciate this a lot. So he's at +4 already. He's an 8, +11.
So now they are resolving them because we already had the 4 from earlier from the buff. So we are resolving them so that we actually know what's going on before we get lost in the sauce here.
I appreciate this a lot.
Luckily, Call to Glory doesn't do anything other than just give a 3, so we can just add that in.
We're getting the on guards.
Okay, 3, 3, 3. That's a 6, so we're at +10.
14 versus
Also 14.
14.
Because they both just buff for 6.
Mm-hmm. And now we technically have an on guard, which could make us win this matchup. The crowd goes wild. Please on. Are we go? Oh, we're on guarding. We're officially a higher. We're officially a 16, and we beat the set who has no buff. Sorry, I'm really excited about the set dying.
The set is going to be able to take the other battlefield for free now. I mean, free. Free is relative, right?
Yeah, I mean, he
But the set can gank over, and then that's because they can't. They're tapped out. So, or sorry, the Yi can gank over. So even if you take if you take the other battlefield, the Yi has ganking. It holds, and then you gank over, and then it's done. So
yeah, it makes sense. So we take game 2 by Luna, and we're going to game 3.
We're going to game 3. There was a lot of cards drawn to be able to set that up.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have a lot of units to work with, so we had to work with what we could. The charms were very good.
Yeah, I agree.
And I feel like charm against set is really quite powerful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Kingpin definitely not great against moving away from all the things that have buffs on it.
Yeah.
Has he had a buff on this set at all?
No. Well, he did game 1 at the end.
At the end.
At the end.
In all the mid-game areas where this...
He's just not getting them
He's just not getting a buff on it, and that's really problematic. I mean, could we have moved more units there to beat the Yi? Possibly.
I mean, yeah, I mean, possibly for sure.
If if you assume that they're getting +8 or whatever, and you want to just jam everything over there, maybe. But then that also doesn't win if they have, say, they just let Yi get taken out, and then they protect the other side. And then they, dead bloom or whatever. It's hard to know. Because you don't know how much you have. Because if you can't take the other the other battleground, that's bad too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because we're only at 4 is the problem in that spot because they were already at 6 and we're only at 4. We just don't get all the way up to a spot to win where they still can be in a spot to win.
Yeah, we're into game 3 now. We do choose Obelisk here on Luna's side. I'm not sure how the ramping game goes for Luna
I think it's.
versus Set. Do you even want to?
I think you do. I think it's more favorable against Set than something like Annie.
Yeah, but Sets can be very aggro as well.
It can be, but the Dead Bloom on turn 2 or turn 3 with extra backup, of course,
Yeah.
is much more impactful in this, where Annie can be already big or push your stuff back. The Set really doesn't have anything but numbers.
Yeah,
They don't have these super tricky, move your characters around too much. The biggest that they've got is Showstopper, right?
Yeah, very true.
Where I'm coming in a little bigger right now. So going to the Tasty Fae folks and the Dead Blooms, the White Flames a little bit sooner, certainly I think can be valuable, especially when you know that you're on the draw. There's a reason that we set this up for the game 3, right? Is we know that we're on the draw, and having 4 runes on your first turn makes a dramatic difference in how you can play a ramp game, because playing the Catalyst on 1 is just wild, right? You're untapping with 8 already.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree that untapping 8 your turn 2, especially into Dead Bloom and Azonias, is like game breaking. It just feels interesting in Luna's list because they can't side in but 1 Aeons according to this.
Are there no other ones?
No, that's what I checked earlier. I was like, surely they're elsewhere. Maybe they're not running Obelisk, which I could have looked if I'd like scrolled up, but I didn't. And I was like, this is like a really interesting.
I mean, Kiana on 1 is probably also pretty good in this.
But it's like
matchup.
the opposite game plan, because if you go down 1, it's just like the opposite game plan. Is the only problem.
We're reading Arena Bar.
Arena Bar.
What does that do?
Let me tell you. All you have to do is exhaust Arena Bar. You don't have to pay power. You don't have to pay energy.
It only
and
buffs
you get,
exhausted units, though.
Which all your characters come in as.
All
they
the
always
time.
become as. It's fine. It's fine. Surely that's enough to offset the buff.
So, easily has Catalyst on turn 1.
Okay, who cares?
Yeah.
You don't need 3 catalysts if you only have 1 in your side deck.
It's worse if you have 3, because then you might draw 1 later. Like, I don't want it later. I only want the 1.
Yeah, exactly. You only want the 1, so who really cares?
The numbers in this could be wrong as well. So we don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
There could be some in the list.
That could be true, yeah.
I didn't count everything. We're going off of what we have access to. So maybe our numbers are weird. We'll see. If Luna casts another one, then we'll know we're not looking at the right information. But if you're going to have it when it matters and not when it doesn't.
100%. 100%. And I wonder if we'll be able to see Dead Bloom. Sadly, this is the moment they're not showing their hand. They were doing so good last game.
Gotta keep the cards close to the chest. So here, we actually are able to get set with a buff on it because we have Arena Bar, and it's just ready. There's no Dead Bloom this turn because, I mean, they could play Dead Bloom, I suppose.
I don't think I see it, sadly.
They have Charm.
They do have Charm, but there is a buff out, so it doesn't really.
It is less good, certainly, because of the buff. You end up, because there's actually a buff on the set this time, you end up overcommitting into it.
You could, yeah.
If you try to move it around to do that. Now, this looks like it's probably Yi. Probably
Yi.
Coming down on the...
I'm guessing Godwillow.
I'm guessing the Godwillow as well. Weird.
Weird. It's almost like it's the one.
Yi looking to be in the Godwillow? I don't buy it.
Honestly, I'm not even sure that battlefield should be called Godwillow. It's probably supposed to be like God Yi.
Yeah, right. Yi I'm surprised he's not on there, just hanging out with the thousand-tail fox.
Honestly, it could literally be its splash art, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. We're going to get an alt art one later where it's just Yi only. He's just hanging out in the back.
They've started making alt art battlefields, but only so far, I think, in the worlds. Yeah.
The 3 different locations in like major Chinese cities, I believe, right?
I wouldn't be surprised, yeah. Honestly, I'm going to have to start playing those 3 battlefields and only those 3 battlefields so that I can have matching alt arts in all 3 battlefields.
They do look really nice.
Ooh, Call to Glory already, but that does mean we're going to be popping the buff, I think. Oh, no, we spent.
We're just playing it like normal.
Okay.
You now.
Are we in 11? 5? 8? No. Okay, sorry, you were 10. or a 10, I think, here with as Kingpin.
That
10
would be
and 8.
that would be 10. We're rumbling in to start with 10. This is what we got. You now, make them make the play first, because then we can't be countered if they choose to buff their unit. We can just play something now instead.
Yeah, and we're 10 versus 10 here. I wouldn't be surprised
We'd
if
both
both
save
sides
it, and then Zanya's for everybody. Whatever.
Sonya's for everyone.
Whatever. Fine.
Technically, they both paid 1 power, just at different times.
True.
But sadly, now Arena Bar
Can buff it up.
can buff it up again, which
Probably
seems
should.
totally...
Showstopper may come in instead.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know if I
possible.
love Showstopper, but I don't hate it either.
Mm-hmm.
Getting into the God Willow, again,
It's
Yi
really
is a lot
nice.
worse on the offense than the defense, just because of Yi's actual leader ability. Giving the +2 on the defense is what is essentially making it do everything here. Now we get to Arena Bar them both, which makes the set even larger. Set now representing 7, 8. But
That's
then
crazy.
we also have the additional 2.
And I think a Hidden Blade.
And if it's a Hidden Blade. So now one thing that's really awkward is Charm makes this super bad, right?
Yeah.
We have the counter for the Hidden Blade as well. If Luna moves into the other battlefield and then Charms set over, it's just dead.
Yeah,
It's
and
just straight up dead. That's brutal. Unless we have another call, of course.
the only thing is I think this is supposed to be righted again. I'm pretty sure this gets unexhausted when you conquer.
It should. It looks like he forgot.
But my only point to say is even when we charm over,
It should be
it
ready.
should. Yeah, I think he got it.
I don't know if it's an option. It's when you conquer ready me. It's
yeah,
not a
I don't think it's an
choice.
option. I don't think so. Is it then? Is that not a trigger if it's a win?
That was the head judge talking to him, so
Okay.
it is. I don't know if that is one that can be missed. That's the head judge that's talking to them right now.
Okay.
So we will find out what the ruling on that is prior to going to the next step here. So I think they're rewinding it a little bit, making sure that that's ready with the information before Luna commits to the battlefield. It may not change anything really, but it does look like the charm is in hand.
It does feel like if they let him do it, it's going to change. It not maybe not,
It will
not their
change
game
the
plan,
play.
but like would have been.
Yeah, of course. Ruling is that the opponent chooses. I think they're double checking on that. Okay. So we go in, get the point. Can gank over. May not even do the charm play here. Runs out a couple of Poros. The Poros are actually really nice with the charm later as well. All right, picks up 2 cards because we are in the God Willow.
Yeah. It is a God Will, gets that extra draw, which is going to be nice for set. Well, that's what he has. He only has 5 runes here, but that is enough to play some more sets, and we are going to see Brawler come down. It looks
Brawler
like.
comes down. Now, I don't know if we're actually winning this race for Collin here because Luna's going up to 3, so this is the same situation that we were in sort of last game where we're just a little bit behind that play, with this play, right?
Does feel like it. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 runes here. And he is currently at 9 plus 5, 14, 16. Ouch.
It's a lot. Now, Charm can mitigate a little bit of it, right? You can pull the set out. You can pull the... I mean, either one of them, really. You probably honestly pull the Brawler out.
Yeah.
And you can start removing some of them. You can always gank over there.
I don't think, but you probably don't want to
But
like
that seems
sacrifice your Yi like
well.
that.
You don't necessarily need to sacrifice it, right? If you're able to remove enough or buff enough, you have the counter in hand. We can get rid of the Hidden Blade because we do have a Defy. So if they're relying on a Hidden Blade to sort of protect over there, it's possible that we can work around that. Just decides to pass. And again, we don't need to make those plays just yet. Mostly because we're still currently winning this race. They have to do something, and then we can make those same sort of decisions.
Yeah, for sure. And we're passing. I don't know. I think both sides have passed now a couple times. We have, or maybe we're still at the 10. Oh, did we pass back to? Okay, it's still set side. Okay, still set side.
Probably has.
We're getting big. We're 8.
Okay.
We used it and spent it as well. And I'm assuming we're gonna have something to bring it back up.
Maybe buffing it again, potentially.
Potentially. We're going to play Pit Rookie to the God Willow. It'll buff the set again. This right now he's a 12. Well,
With
11 with the buff. Yeah. 11 with the buff.
13, right? Because he's a 4 base. So he's a 4 base, so 4, 8, 12, 1 with the buff, and then we ate that one as well, so it's a 16 currently coming in for against the Master Yi.
Yeah, and Luna's Master Yi will go to the trash, sadly. Even though Luna has, I think, like 10 runes up, it does seem there was no tricks.
I mean, Luna has some stuff to play, but none of it is units at all. It's literally 2 charms, a Defy, and an On Guard. So there's really not much left in the tank. Realistically, even if that charm play had worked, I don't know if those draws would have mattered a ton because there's just nothing there. There's no, you double charm, that's your whole hand.
Yeah.
And just playing 2 or 3 extra units on the other side every turn is just, you just end up falling way too far behind.
Yeah, fantastic job, though, by Collin. That is game 3, and that means he's officially the champion, I believe, of the entire tournament.
They did split in the finals here. So we were mostly just playing for glory a little bit. So they were making sure that it's a good game for everybody. But yeah, there wasn't really much left in that game. Luna a bit too far behind, not really finding any units at all. Like there was just nothing left. Sometimes you have to hit the chat generally mauls for no reason.
Well, they were competing for a champion art, which was really cool.
Yeah, there is some stuff on the line, just not the money itself. So
yeah.
Realistically, I think they both played good games. I mean, I enjoyed watching them, and the set runout was very good. We've talked to Collin several times this weekend, and he's had good plans going into basically everything.
Yep.
Running something a little bit not abnormal, I guess, but a little different from the traditional set list that we've been seeing, with the Kingpin instead of the Brawler as the primary, at least. So having that more aggressive start, I think, really matters.
Yeah, I think his aggressive start was really good, and I think he had like a fantastic meta read on like the room. Aurora Yi's not been like super popular. Aurora in general has been super popular in North America. There's not as many Yi players since Proving Ground's been lower.
To get.
Yeah, like not even possible to get. And he knew that Kaiser and Annie. I kind of thought there'd be more Teemo, if I'm being honest. I literally saw no Teemo.
A little bit yesterday, I think, but not. I think it's a tough deck to play.
Yeah, it's a tough deck to play, but it has a really good matchup into Kaiser. How he built the deck has a really good matchup into Kaiser. And it has a good matchup in Annie as well.
Kingpin feels like it just bullies Kaiser.
It feels like it, yeah.
All of the numbers on like 7 is just nothing in their deck is good against 7 might at all.
Yeah, it's I mean, like you basically have to like draw a Watcher. It feels like, or like have smoke screens.
It's 2 things every time. It's always a 2-for-1, and then you just bring it back to your base. Like that's miserable in the deck that's trying to 1-for-1, 2-for-1 grind you out. They 2-for-0. Like what is a 2-for-0? That's terrible.
Yeah, it's not good at all. And like even like normally when it comes to like Zonias, Kiana wants to be able to like do enough spell damage between Falling Star or the Cathian to be able to like double kill. And at 7, you're just not doing that.
Yeah, it's impossible to really get any good value when they can also just bring it back with their leader power. They just it's so brutal. The 7 is such a key break point against Kaiser, I think. And there's just not a lot of things that super favorably get to that number for so cheap.
Right? I agree.
He's getting that for 4.
4 is insane.
Pretty consistently. If you arena bar into that, like what's the plan? What do they do? Nothing. And you're guaranteed to have it every game because you can have it in your champion unit slot. So very, very well navigated, well built. A good run all weekend. He played really well.
Yeah, he did. I'm really excited to see this result as well as the other results that are happening in North America this weekend.
North America, I think there was one in Europe this weekend too.
I think, and one in Europe. And I'm sure it's going to really affect the meta coming into Houston, which is only 2 weeks away now.
Yeah, 2 weeks away. 20 Lore will be back at CCS in 2 weeks, actually, for the Lorcana CCQ, the 25K here.
I'll be playing in Houston.
You'll be playing in Houston.
I'll be playing in
exciting.
Houston. I took the Friday off from work.
I had already committed to the CCQ long before they even said that Riftbound was a thing.
Not a true Riftbounder.
Well, I will be casting that, so that should be fun.
Shame.
We'll sling some princesses for a weekend. It's okay.
You'll sling princesses. On the other hand, maybe a small girl throwing a bear. You never know. Yeah. I could also be a tiny
show them your Tibbers. If they don't know what it's up, they just get them.
No one plays Tibbers.
You should just play Tibbers. It's so good.
No one plays Tibbers in their deck. There's also I could be the little mole that throws mushrooms.
You could be Teemo.
Even though no one showed up this weekend as Teemo, and I was prepared for Teemo, mind the way. It was actually insane.
Would have been great. And nobody...
They let me down?
I tried to get somebody on camera that was playing Teemo.
They let me down.
And you know what? They weren't even here. They were somewhere else.
They let me down.
Unlucky.
But maybe I'll be the mole that I wanted this weekend.
You could be. I mean, what's really cool about the Houston event, that's the first North American one where whoever does the best with each leader gets some banger metal promos.
Which may be one-ofs in the entire world.
Because
my understanding is, and I could be wrong, this is my understanding though, is that you'll only get the medals. I could be very wrong, chat. If I'm wrong, don't hold me against.
Just say stuff.
If you go to Bologna and you get a one-of that I said you weren't gonna get, don't quote me. Don't quote me.
This is absolutely factual.
No,
100%.
I am not legal advice. My understanding is they'll only be giving the medals out for the ones of the current set. And because it is the only one of this set in North America, it'll be one-ofs in English.
So the only... Because I'm pretty sure that it's just the leaders of that set.
Yeah, that's
so
what
whatever the 16.
I think plus Proving Grounds, but
maybe plus Proving Grounds.
I think plus Proving Grounds.
That'd be the only way to get a foil Annie.
That's kind of sick. I mean, you might get them in Nexus
It has
Nights.
to be Proving Grounds because somebody played Garen and they got
they
got 500th and they got it because that was the 3-7 record was plenty to be the best Garen in the room.
Exactly. And because of the next one, Bologna and Las Vegas, which got announced this weekend, they have been announced as set 2. So they may be one-ofs. I don't know, guys, who's going to get the Garen in North America. That's all I'm going to say. Can you get 500 and... Is 501st worse or better? 499th place.
I don't know how many. They had 2,000.
499th place.
They had 2,000s. Probably 300th or whatever would be about
We're
the same
not doing
record.
Proportional. We're doing better placement.
Better placement.
Because second place in a tournament that's 8 people, then you would have to you would have to get first to do better no matter what. My point is
if you're not first, you're last. So
that's toxic.
It is a little toxic.
That's toxic.
Yeah, it is a little bit. No, it was a good event. Very fun. And I don't know. I am excited for more Riftbound.
Me too. Even though you're not gonna be there.
I will not be. Yeah, it'll be sad.
You can
But
do whatever.
Orlando.
Orlando's gonna be really, really fun. I'm really excited for Orlando as
Orlando will be
well.
cool.
I'll also be there for Orlando.
Well, then I will probably see you in Orlando because I will be there.
Very exciting.
I'm pretty sure that I'm driving from here to Orlando and just never going home again. I just live
Oh, you mean in 2 weeks?
in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay,
I
I was
just
like-
live at 20 Lore now forever. So that's
I support it.
just-
I
That's
support
how
it.
it is. But yeah,
Okay.
thank you everybody for watching. I think we have to go pack up everything ourselves because everybody else had to catch a flight.
Yeah,
So,
I do want to give a huge shout out to 20 Lore though for doing so much work this week, and all the judges for doing such a fantastic job.
Yeah, I think they were doing a great job.
They did a fantastic job. Also to all the players who played this weekend. Huge shout out to Luna and Collin for doing a great job.
Yeah.
But huge shout out to the players and the judges this
Yeah,
weekend.
it was a really fun event. Everybody seemed to be having a really good time, really enjoying Riftbound. The dealing, the trading, it was nice.
Mhm.
Good for a new game at the very least.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Well, thank you guys so much for
yeah,
watching.
thanks for watching.
And they'll see you in 2 weeks for Lorcana.
See you tomorrow. No, goodbye.